We've all seen homeless men and women fending for themselves on the streets across the country. But as Marie Berger shows us, there's another face of homelessness that's not as obvious, but just as important to address.
My name is Marissa. I'm 17. I'm very ambitious, basically with school-wise.
Marissa is a junior at Vashon High School in St. Louis. Actually, I should say she's a junior on the honor roll at Vashon, and she has her goals set.
I'm interested in journalism. I love to write, and I would like to create my own magazine.
Marissa is like most girls her age. She wants to graduate from high school, go to college, have a career. And if you know her, you won't doubt that will happen. But her path to success is not without its obstacles. Marissa got pregnant at 15.
My daughter's name is Jada. I was in denial. Like, I didn't want to believe it because I was very young, naive. I was chasing after a boy that was older than me. Mouse's wand is a star. Say star.
Teenage pregnancy can add more stress to an already burdened family. Young pregnant mothers face many risks, such as becoming homeless.
Another huge risk is girls drop out of school oftentimes or stop going to school when they get pregnant. And you have somebody who's uneducated, who's on the streets, that makes them very vulnerable then.
Hey, Barney. Hey, Miss Ron. How you doing?
Rhonda Gray is the executive director of Almost Home, a shelter and transitional housing program for homeless and abused teenage mothers and their children. And she says that homeless teens aren't necessarily living under a bridge, but they are living under the radar of who the community recognizes as homeless.
Where'd he go?
They're not identified in the homelessness in the way we think of it. They're not down in Tent City on the riverfront. You rarely will see teenagers with babies laying outside of Union Station or in Keener Plaza. What's happening is they're considered homeless because they're living with one friend for 2 days and then an aunt for 3 days and then the boyfriend for 2 days. And so they are just moving from house to house to house without any place to go. What we do know is the problem of teen homelessness is pretty significant in the St. Louis area. Of those who actually are homeless and have babies, I can tell you just based on the number of calls and the wait list that we have, that it's much higher than I ever imagined before I started here.
Marissa is among that group. She found herself in an uncomfortable living situation, and she moved into Almost Home to raise her daughter.
This is Jada's side. Of course, she thinks she's a princess.
They have their own bedroom, meals, and a community of support. But this is not a place where she'll get handouts. Marissa's offered opportunities only reached through meeting her responsibilities.
I don't want to give anybody any fish. We're teaching people how to fish. They are responsible for their children at all times. They're responsible for making sure that they keep up with what their children's needs are. And I think the girls like knowing that they still have that level sort of responsibility and ownership of their lives, but there's somebody there to say, we can help you, we'll support you.
Every single day, I have an out-of-body experience where it don't matter what I'm doing. I can be sitting down, or I can be reading, or just watching Jada sleep. I just start thinking, like, I have a daughter. Like, it's still shocking to me. Did you go outside?
Outside.
You went outside?
There are many girls like Marissa who may find themselves without a permanent place to call home. But if they can get help and find support, their future and their children's future has possibilities.
I picture us in our own house, me writing my novels, Jada in college, me putting her through college, her just being happy and proud of her mom for changing a path that could have went down the wrong one. Say triangle. Yeah. You see the square window? The window? And the rectangle bricks? Yeah.